Hello everyone, and welcome back to my international cooking channel, Eat Well, Live Well. Today we're going to be making a savory, spicy, yet sweet dish known as Harissa Honey Chicken. Now Harissa, the sauce, a little history behind the sauce. It dates, I'm not sure when it dates back to. I could find little information about it, other than it originated somewhere from the North African country of Tunisia. Now it's pronounced Harissa, and it's a very popular sauce. It's spread much further out than Tunisia, obviously. It's made its way here over so many years. It first spread out to its neighboring countries in Africa, like Libya and Algeria. It's become a pretty popular dish. You can find it in your local fast food chain of kava nowadays. But today we're going to use that sauce and try to make a really great dish out of it. And I hope you guys like it. So let's go ahead and dig in and make this beautiful chicken together, all right? Let's go over the ingredients we need to make this recipe. First off, we're gonna need our protein. Here I use chicken thighs over from Costco. They're bone-in. I prefer to use bone-in because the juices tend to stay in the chicken and don't flow out as much, so it's easier to sear. It doesn't overflow the pan, so the chicken is drier, which provides a better sear on the chicken. Of course, you can use any other chicken. You don't have to use chicken thighs, but you could use chicken tenders or chicken breasts as well. Next, we have our salt. I use sea salt here. Next, we're gonna need some pepper. Next, we're gonna need some honey. Here I'm using some raw honey from Jamie's Hive to Table, but you can use any type of raw honey. I prefer to use raw honey because it does still have the amino acids, the antioxidants, and the vitamins enrichment inside the raw honey. We're gonna need some oil to put it in the pan to sear our chicken, as well as to put in the sauce. I use olive oil here. We're gonna need some walnuts, which we're gonna be using to chop up for our garnish. Next, and probably the most important ingredient, is the harissa sauce itself. This is a homemade harissa sauce that I made. You can check out my companion video, as I did a lot of experimentation on figuring out which sauce would be the best for this recipe. And the sauce I use here is a jalapeno pepper-based sauce and not a chili-based sauce. As with the walnuts, we also have some cilantro that we're gonna chop up and use in our recipe for garnish purposes. Kind of helps cool down the heat from the harissa sauce. All right, here we have our chicken in a bowl that we rinsed out under the sink, and we're gonna go ahead and dry the chicken off with a paper towel. We're gonna put the chicken on top. Once we have our chicken on top of the paper towel, we're gonna place another paper towel on top and pat it down to dry off the meat. Then we're going to move the chicken on the paper towels to the side and prepare our Ziploc bag so we can marinate the meat in. Here we have our gallon size freezer bag, and we're going to go and open it up and put the chicken inside. Once we have the chicken in the bag, we're going to go ahead and add our store-bought or homemade harissa sauce into the bag and marinate the chicken. We're going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of harissa sauce into the bag. We're going to take our basting brush here, and we're going to spread the sauce evenly around the chicken in the bag. Then we're going to zip the bag up. Then we're going to close it up and shake it around until all of that harissa sauce is evenly coating the chicken in the bag. Once it's been about 4 hours or overnight, I'm going to take our bag out of the refrigerator and open it up. Once we're done opening up, you can take a look inside and see that beautiful marination on that chicken. We're going to go ahead and take our chicken out of the bag and place it on our cutting board. Once we have all the chicken on the cutting board, we're going to go ahead and lightly pepper each side. After we're done putting pepper on each side, we're going to go ahead and lightly salt each side as well. Now our chicken is lightly salted and lightly peppered, and it's ready to be seared in our frying pan. We're going to use a nice medium-sized pan like this one here. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat on medium-high. Next, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil to our pan. We're going to go ahead and stir that around so that the pan is evenly coated with the oil. After about 2 to 5 minutes, you should see smoke start to emanate from the pan, which tells us pretty much that we're ready to start searing the chicken, as the pan is very, very hot. So we're going to go ahead and add our chicken, skin side down. We're going to sear it for about 3 minutes on the skin side. Once it's brown to what you desire, you're going to want to flip it over to the other side, cook it for another 2 minutes or so. It's been about 2 minutes searing on the non-skin side. I'm going to take a look at it. Looks amazing. And we're going to go ahead and turn our heat off and transfer it to the oven to roast for the remainder of the time, which we're going to roast the chicken for 425 degrees for approximately 18 minutes. While the chicken is roasting in the oven, we're going to go ahead and start our garnish. We're going to go ahead and add about a tablespoon of oil. Then we're going to let that heat up for about a minute or two on medium-low heat. And then we're going to add our roughly chopped walnuts. We're going to stir it around so the oil coats the walnuts evenly. We're going to go ahead and let all of this toast for about a minute or so. And now we're going to place our now toasted walnuts into a small bowl to be used for garnishing later. Now, in order to make the sauce, we're going to go ahead and use the same small pan that we used for the toasting of the walnuts. We're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're going to allow that to warm up a little bit on medium-low heat. Then we're going to go ahead and add the Harissa honey sauce that we mixed earlier. Behold, our beautiful Harissa honey glaze. And we're going to drizzle this on our finished roasted marinated chicken. Looks absolutely beautiful. Well, that concludes our journey for today, and I hope you enjoyed making Harissa Honey Chicken as much as we did. If you end up making the dish and enjoy it, hit the like and subscribe button along with hitting the bell button after subscription to receive up-to-date notifications of when we will upload new cooking videos, which will be generally once a week. Additionally, tell us how much you enjoyed the dish and if you've made any experimentation adjustments yourselves by leaving a comment below. Also include any alternative versions of the dish that you may have experienced and like to share with us in the community. We would love to hear about it. Until next time, let's eat well, live well, and I'll see you on our next culinary journey. Goodbye for now.